ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Frieren. And honestly, this is probably one of the best episodes in the series so far, and very interesting question and how they handled heroes. What exactly makes a true hero, so to say, especially in the first half with Himmel, the reveal here, and also in the second half of the episode with Stark finding out more about him, of the fun interactions between him and Fern, and some potion that Frieren was also this episode also. Awesome episode. Very fun, but also very emotional at the same time. So let's get into it now. Picks up from last week. We have Frieren there sleepy with Stark wanting to carry her, but Fern didn't want to let him carry her, always calling him edgy or perv there. And throughout the episode, the interactions between them are so fun. But also see a bit of a flashback here with how the king only gave them 10 coppers, and I have to say I think that king got the best deal in his lifetime, probably, like even more expensive, more worth it than his kingdom. For that party they actually defeated the demon king for 10 coppers. But also see a bit of Himmel. In fact, he had a replica of the hero sword. It wasn't the real one there, and we get some info that Aiter and him knew each other since they were kids, and I like the banter between them there, and how Aiter told him, hey, you're only gonna be a fake hero, and that's kind of what gave Himmel the determination to do it out of spite. Spite is such an great fuel as an emotion to do something, to prove somebody wrong. I'm sure all of us have experienced that you can do something out of spite much better than just do it because you wanted to do it. So that's why Himmel wanted to prove Aiter wrong. But after this, Frieren wakes up, so that was her dream, or at least remembering a bit. And no, Fern still denied Stark to carry her. And now they finally reached the village, and I gotta say that cute young girl there, the voice, I think she reminds me from Frederica. Are they the same voice actor? Let me down in the comments below from 86. She was super awesome. The way she was standing, trying to be as tall as Frieren in her face there. But that's the village of the sword, and apparently the Lord of the Mountains was destroying things around there, and their task were to protect the hero sword, so that's why the village of the sword. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. I think that's where probably Himmel got the sword and so on, or maybe they're gonna craft another sword or something here, but no. Then it's revealed it's kind of the same, along the same lines with the Arthurian legend. Pull out the sword from the stone. Only a true hero can use it to drive off the calamity. So pretty general stuff here, but what they did after this and how they presented that was so well done. The chief girl, the small girl there, saying that Frieren is kind of late, she should have come back earlier. She was using the words of her grandma there. But after this we see them defeating some monsters, taking care of things around town. They even fight the Lord of the Mountains, this huge wolf, coming in and almost killing Stark, or at least it was close there, and I like how Frieren used him as bait again. And all of them working together. Stark was the frontliner, Frieren channeling a big spell, and Fern protecting Frieren, keeping things busy, keeping her safe in the meantime. So they have a good synergy working right now. Although I kind of wish another one. I hope we're gonna get a fourth member to the party with them, or like a priest or something, kind of like the same original part. So I don't know, maybe we're gonna get another character in the future. But after they take care of that there, again, it looked great, animation, music, song, and Frieren had faith in Stark. She didn't even dodge there. But we have a big reveal, and this is where the episode, I'm like, okay, now I didn't expect this. The hero sword is still there, so Himmel didn't actually pull out the sword. I didn't expect this to see it. and the sword is the one that draws in monsters, so that's why that village is there, and they have to, it's kind of like a drug to them, catnip in a way for monsters. We see the reveal with him failing to get the sword, but Himmel, so far he has been a Giga Chad. Everything we've seen about him, how much he did for everybody, killing the Demon King, helping people, everything he did for Frieren. But even here, seeing him being okay with the fact, yeah, doesn't matter I'm a fake or not, I'm still gonna do what needs to be done, and he actually did it. So you don't need to be the chosen one. This is why, don't get me wrong, I like chosen style stories. You have the chosen one, he gets the power up, he has to work through it and things like this. But when you have a normal guy, just through sheer force of will, effort, power, and of course the people around him, this is what makes us hero. He became the hero, he wasn't born a hero. So Himmel, awesome, absolute Giga Chad what we got from him there. And interesting twist they did with so the fake hero became the actual hero, and even saying how people run with the story there, with him pulling out the sword just for their own sake, romanticizing the story and everything, how word of mouth spreads, and people kind of like you give some information to somebody, then flourishing a lot of things, adding things to it, to a story, embellishing and stuff like that. So that was one of the best moments in Frieren so far, and puts Himmel amazing character. But after this we have them leaving, and hey, see in 50 years they're gonna have to come back and help with the monsters again. So they get to a town, decide to relax at least a bit on their own. Now, Frieren reveals something very important, and the scene there on the bed with Frieren and Fern, that Stark's 18th birthday is today, so they have to do something for him. Fern wanted to know a bit earlier, which makes sense, but Frieren was already prepared. Like, what gift is she gonna give him? And her gift is poison that dissolves only clothes. Apparently, it's very good for men. Which, yeah, of course it is. But the face she made there, the her face from Anya, and if I remember correctly, I think they have the same voice actor, Anya and Frieren, but the her face killed me. Even now, thinking of that face, I'm laughing so much. But Fern just throws it on her head and leaves. One of the funniest scenes ever so far in the series. Now we have Frieren having to actually find a gift right now. First she picks up, which I thought was a letter, but later on it's revealed to be something else. Now Fern goes around to look for Stark, to get some information what she could give him for his birthday, and she figures out that Stark kept helping people, going through town, doing this and that, and kind of have a feeling that Stark is going to be the next hero, you know, or at least they're building up to be that. I don't know if he's going to be the actual hero, like pulling out the sword or being the chosen one, kind of along the same lines as Himmel, because he's a very good, honest person. Even though he has that coward, feared side to him, he still pushes past that, and that's what it means to be courageous. Not having fear is kind of dumb, because fear is a very, very important thing to have as a human in normal life, let alone in something like this. But being able to push past that, that's the true meaning of courage, so to say. But while she was looking for him, she finds him on a bench, looking into the distance, and smiling and looking at him very, very nice. I think they're probably gonna end up together, but that's maybe later on into the series. But the interactions between them are priceless, because, well, he was looking there, that cloud looks like boobs, that looks like poop. And she's like, oh yeah, he's a pervert. Oh no, he's just a kid, which is kind of true. He's a very innocent kid at heart with Stark. That was a fun moment. He's like, oh, I have to tell Fern about this, but she overheard that and comes in, looks at him. No. And like, what did I do wrong? Starts apologizing instantly. And their interactions are so good. But She takes him for a walk, move around town, trying to talk to him, ask him what exactly do you want for a gift there, and him being a bit oblivious, not knowing. But then it's revealed why he never thought about gifts. Then he never got a birthday gift. Little did he know. This is an amazing scene what they did here. The build up, the pacing, the flashbacks, the perfect timing for them, with him saying his family didn't really care about him, being from a village of warriors, and strength was the only thing that mattered there. And we see a bit of a flashback with his father being kind of like their teacher there, training, battle, things like that, and a lot of warriors failing, but only the eldest son was the revered warrior in town, Stoltz. And Stoltz is Stark's brother, but his father considered Stark a failure. No matter how much he trained, he was still a coward. Which I think this is why Aizen was also a very powerful warrior. Fear is very important there. Now, Stark, while he was training, he gets his brother's clothes dirty, and like, I hope his brother is not an asshole, because how they built him up to be, he's this warrior, very strong, he never even gets dirty, or at least in the words of his father. But I'm like, okay, I hope he's the opposite. That's what I hope. And that was the case there, because Stoltz doesn't get angry when Stark gets his clothes dirty, and actually is supportive, helps him, cares about his brother there quite a lot more than his father, to say the least. But unfortunately, this is where we have the demons killing his village. I don't know if anybody survived, or at least it's implied they all died, and then we see Stark running away and him feeling very guilty about that, and kind of caused him to have a bit of a complex about saying, I'm probably gonna run, even talking to Fern in the present. No, the Stark that I know is never going to run. I really like that all of the jokes and everything, Fern actually cares about him and knows him probably better than he knows himself there. And I know the warrior Stark. There's such an awesome moment between both of them, a lot of bonding there, and let's go get you a gift. He instantly points at the gold bracelet. But that's too expensive. They get a simpler one, but it's the gesture that counts, not the most valuable thing. But what was even better, honestly, the last parts of the episode were the huge emotions were here. Coming in, we have Fern in cooking an apron, and like, okay, Gordon Fern Ramsay, she can definitely cook. Big hamburger steaks there, just like Aizen used to make them. And that letter she had was the recipe, not an actual letter. And what was great here, we see a bit of a flashback with how Aizen used to make them for all of them, kind of like a custom that warriors have, like a birthday present, so to say. Everyone who works hard is a warrior, no matter mage or what other classification you have. If you work hard, you are a warrior. You fought for something, you pushed yourself. So that the definition of warrior. Not everybody cares is a sword. But what it hit and actually got a bit teared up here, the emotions. Stark unlocks a memory, core memory unlocked, and he remembers that Stoltz used to make those same big hamburger steaks, like a cake, for him also. And in fact, Stoltz was the one that told him to run, like, you have to leave. So they did everything, or at least Stoltz did everything for his brother, and how much he cared for him. And yeah, that was a very, very emotional moment there. Unfortunately, probably Stoltz is dead. I don't know. Maybe later on we're gonna have them killing that demon that killed Stark's village. I would love to have that moment there. Just, that would be a nice closure there. I don't know if anybody survived, but Stark's history was awesome how they handled it in this episode, and also with him also. This is how you do flashbacks here, but the comedy also on point, and the timings. Fern still has some of that potion. Frieren, my bad. But Fern was ready to pour it again on Frieren's head and keeps calling Stark perv. So yeah, such a great, awesome episode that we've gotten here, both for Himmel and for Stark and all of the other characters. But Himmel and Stark were the stars of this episode. So yeah, I'm really curious what you guys thought about this episode, the reveals, the emotions. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Frieren, make sure to check out the podcast, because anime. Bye bye.